Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia and this is the Frontline Changes report for the past 24 hours. There's not a lot of frontline changes being reported. It's only Horov and in the Koma region. But this is the two, but you can see this is actually pretty huge. And the Koma one itself, this piece here, this is Koma by the way, this is Koma. And this chunk here is already 25.4 square kilometers. So essentially the Russians still managed to capture more than 20 square kilometers despite there's only two places of frontline change being mentioned. So we're going to go to the first one first. At Horov, this is Horov. At Horov, Russian forces has been geolocated in the southeast of the settlement. The Russian forces have entered into Horov, and this means the battle for Horov has begun. However, it's important to note that the Russian Defense Ministry already announced the capture of Horov, which is called by another name called Pokrovsk. So it's another name. It's probably the old name. So the Russians advanced around 400 meters into Horov. And however, like I said, this comes with a different name: Horov, Petrovskoye. So yeah, so that's, and actually Orikove as well. The Ukrainians call this Orikove as well. So yeah, they can't figure out what to call this place. It's really not that complicated. Just call this another name that you always call, like Alexandrivka. So the another frontline change is over in the Koma front. So previously we have reported about the Russians' potential full capture of Koma due to the various geolocations. We already can ascertain that the Russians have made great progress. So but then the Russian mapping has came up with this very big chunk of frontline change. So this stretches all the way. So let me turn off this. This stretches all the way to Novo-Ukrainka, which is under Ukrainian control right now. So this line is what the Russian mapping have mapped, and with this Koma is definitely under Russian control, and this chunk here at the thickest place is 5 kilometers deep. So this, and I said before, this is not a surprising thing. Remember, I did tell you that the Ukrainians are likely to redraw from this area here because this is very undefendable. They're probably going to drop back to the next defense line. And this seems to be exactly what's happening right here. Russian forces expanded the zone of control down the tree lines. I think that there's basically no one defending here. So the Russians just have a field day just capturing all of these areas here. And looks like Koma is abandoned due to the various geolocation. The Ukrainian forces also redrawn, probably over to the other side of the river and going up north away from this sector. And Ukrainian forces probably redraw to Zaporizhia and over to the other other town called Zerka. The one across the river is this is Smyrna over here. So I can pull this a bit here so you can actually see a little bit better. So you can see where the Ukrainians may have retreated to. So Rybdubne, Smyrna, Rybdubne, Zaporizhia, Zerka. So this is the current situation with the Russian forces capturing massive amount of ground here. So this chunk here, as mentioned just now, is 25.4 square kilometers. So this is the Russian claim, by the way. This is not 100% confirmed yet. But like I said, this goes along with my analysis or projection of what's likely going to happen or will all happening already. So this is not a surprise. At least if you follow DPA's reporting, this is not a surprise. So anyway, so let's do some calculation. Today's calculation is pretty small. That I think some of you guys already finished counting before I take out my calculator. So yeah, I know because I actually also can count it. It's actually 25.68. So 35.4 plus 0.28, 25.68. You see, I can count. So because I'm Chinese, that's 35.68 square kilometers. I'm racist to myself. So also happy birthday to you if your birthday today, and have a great Saturday. And also, check out most likely DP Open Mic will be tonight. We're likely going to talk a lot about Israel and Iran, which is slightly the thing that is cluttering the headlines nowadays. So who cares about Gazans? Who cares about Zelensky and Ukraine? Yeah, it's all Israel and Iran right now. So so that's about it. The Russians continue to capture more than 20 square kilometers per day. The additional 5 square kilometers do cover yesterday's 17 or 18. So Russia continued to progress at 20 square kilometers per day. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Press the like button, subscribe. Subscribe. 100,000. Let's go. And I'll see you guys in the next update.